Hello and welcome to another edition of India Ideas. This is the show where we talk about science and technology, innovation and entrepreneurship. I'm Gautam Roy. Today we're talking about how film tech makes movies, as the digital advent has, like much else, transformed the film industry, and there could be more in store as well. From shooting to choosing locations, logistics to production, post-production, release and screening, everything has changed. How have Indian startups been part of this journey, and what more is in store is what we're going to find out today with our guests. Let's introduce them as well. Anand Kumar is with us, well-known film director and producer. Benjamin Jacob, founder and CEO of Filmapia, which says it's a first of its kind platform in India for film shooting locations, where the locations are crowdsourced. And Rajesh Bhutta is also with us, co-founder of Film Board, which says it's the world's first marketplace with verified, rated and reviewed film production services. First to you, Anand Kumarji, just tell us, because you've been around for a while. Your first film, Delhi Heights, was released in 2007. And tell us about the scope of use of technology in films at first, the impact so far, and to what extent have you used it yourself?
Well, technology in films have been, it's been rapidly changing in last a decade. You can see how much it has, right from as we began, that, to making, to distribution, to telecasting, everything is all digitized now, So, of course, for my making, for most of the filmmakers, everyone now uses the VFX to the CGI to everything. We have to, because right now makers dream like that. Where what we make the script in a way where we now know that we can take a particular shot, coming down from the helicopters to a lot of things. All the actions are shot so well. So from the traditional way of how filmmakers were using those 50 kgs of cameras and you can't run. So now there are so much of lighter cameras. There is so much of things we can do a lot in filmmaking, and that's how it has changed. And of course, I also use it even in the latest web film which I made. It's being used. So
Yes,
that's
yes. Now you can use your smartphones, 8K smartphones,
yes,
and
everything.
drones and
Yeah.
whatnot to shoot your films. And there are applications now, such as the one by Benjamin's company, Filmapia, which help you find locations as well. But just tell us, Benjamin, it's a very unique niche proposition, your venture. Just tell us, how did it all begin, and what has the journey been like so far?
Oh, it's been a journey, all right. We started, both me and my wife, my partner, are techies, ex-techies, and both of us used to love traveling and movies a lot. And that resulted in us creating a website where we recorded what movie was shot where. And that library grew on for years. And later on, filmmakers started reaching out to us, asking us if we could help them shoot in different locations that we had recorded on the website. And that's how we discovered there's this business of locations out there, and the gap that we found, that where the locations that are sourced as well as serviced are not in a professional manner. It's very chaotic. And us coming from the corporate background, dimag automatically chalta hai, let's put in some processes over there, and that's how we started. And I think in the year 2018 we went full time into this, and this is a platform that we have where we provide locations predominantly for film shoots.
Great, sounds wonderful. And Rajesh, about your venture, you say that you're the Amazon of filmmaking, which is so many varied components. Just tell us how you thought of getting into this business along with your co-founder, and what in the first place equipped you and your co-founder to do this kind of business, and how are things going right now?
Yeah, Gautam. So I'm a serial entrepreneur primarily in the technology space, and my co-founder Sandeep happens to be a filmmaker. So as we speak, he's actually shooting a web series in Mizoram. So he and I come from the same college, BITS Pilani, and we were not in regular touch. We met at our Silver Jubilee reunion, and that's where we exchanged notes. So that's where he spoke about, what all, because he's been a filmmaker, he's been an ad filmmaker for many years now. So he spoke about the pain points of the industry and, the peculiarities of the industry, which primarily is that it works in closed network groups.
Okay.
People tend to keep working with same set of people who they have engaged, and it has something to do with the trust factor, because filmmaking, I mean, a shoot is such an expensive proposition that you need to have reliable resources out there to not screw up on the schedule. So it works in closed network groups, and everything which works in closed network groups, we know, is bound to be inefficient, because there's no benchmark of service delivery. Because if you're not comparing one vendor to the other, I mean, how do you really judge the quality of service? And so there is a certain favoritism and nepotism, which people keep speaking about.
Hmm.
Although it is spoken in the talent category, but it exists in every category, and we operate in 180 categories of the filmmaking domain. So which means if you open a new studio today with latest technology in the editing domain, for example, you may not get work if you do not have connections.
Okay.
So that's how. So we thought, okay, we can. It's a golden opportunity, and we can leverage technology play into this, and that's how we thought of creating a marketplace where filmmakers can be connected to film resources, and it behaves quite like Amazon, which means there are ratings and reviews of every user out there, which you can go through the past projects that the person has done, and you can really, evaluate your choices before engaging someone. So that's how we came to it. It's a B2B marketplace for film production services. When I say film, I mean any kind of audiovisual content. It could be ad
Okay.
film, it could be feature film, it could be web series, documentary, animation, anything. And when we say, marketplace, so there's a buy side, there's a sell side, and the whole job of Film Board is to facilitate those transactions between them. So that's
Okay.
where we are.
Okay, it's a simple enough model to understand, but I'm sure it has its own intricacies. But if I could come back to you, Anand Kumar, and just
Yeah.
ask you to compare, because comparisons have been made about how Indian tech, we sent a moon mission out, which cost less than several Hollywood films. So is that true in the case of Indian film tech as well, technology for films? And can we get the best of film tech in India, which compares or can give a run for the money to the best in the world?
See, that is space world is very indigenous. Here it is, uh, the entire Jugaad thing happens in India. There, I can't speak too much, but for the entire filmmaking process, of course, we have the best technologies in India now, but at the same time, we are not, technology-driven films. We don't make science fictions.
Hmm.
That like Star Wars, we can't make. We don't make it only. So we have technology, and to a certain extent, maybe because of the cheap labor, people source it also. And if we look at Bahubali, the two films together, it costed more than 450 crores. So it was not spent on the actors. It was
Hmm.
not spent on the effects. It was all green. So of course they must have spent nearly 200 crore rupees, which is actually a huge amount, even in dollars if we convert. So technology is there, and it looked like amazing work. It can be compared with any Hollywood film. So
Yes.
the technology is there, but at the same time, I would like to say that the entire techie thing is more Hollywood driven, because they make films like the Star Wars. Most of the films are like they experiment, and the market is so vast for them
Hmm.
that all the entire world can watch them. But Indian market is very artist driven. This story, it's what we create is very like Suryavanshi is these three policemen. So and we want to see their story. If there is, you will put a lot of technology apart from the wires removal and a little bit of things we use, which is okay because that has been used in last 10-15 years. But
Hmm.
apart from that, nothing is used. So we as Bollywood are very artist driven films we make.
But when it
We
comes to
have
cost-effective technology, there's a lot of scope for that in Indian film industry as well. You know,
yes,
using say smartphones to shoot
smartphone to shoot not feature films, of course, but of course now
for
anybody sitting
OTTs.
yeah for OTTs and for the YouTube, it's completely a revolution. There's so many of them are making so much of money now, which is so beautiful because YouTube, Google has changed our life. Anybody can just sit at home and actually try and learn something. And it's we are in the best filmmaking era actually.
Certainly. Benjamin, just tell us about this crowdsourcing that you've done, because I'm sure it must have had its advantages and challenges as well. And tell us about the experience therein and the kind of issues that might have cropped in and how do you sort them out?
Absolutely, challenges galore. Especially us being not being from the film industry, that was a learning curve in itself. But other than that, I think I would have to say that the bad reputation that filmmaking has in India, for the kind of issues that film teams create on the ground, it's got a very bad reputation pretty much anywhere you go in India. So that was one of the major sort of stumbling blocks for us whenever we used to try and get some locations or properties. But over the period of time that we have been in business, we see an uptake, we see an interest. Uh, Also, because I would say in some way, kind of because of the processes that we have built in, people are opening up to this aspect of opening up the places, opening up the resources to filmmakers. So
Yes.
it is a curve. It is like we are fighting against 150, almost 150 years of filmmaking behavior and attitudes. So that is a challenge, right? So one is for the property owners or the resource owners to open up, and the other is on the other side, the filmmakers, the demand side, for them to behave well, execute their projects well, smoother and efficiently. And what Rajesh has said, right? It's a closed network, and hence there's a lot of efficiency that can be brought using technology, of course.
Certainly. Rajesh, you also tell us about the kind of tech tools you've leveraged to ensure that your clients get the best of service, they make best use of what you can offer to them, and they become repeat customers and clients as well, and also give good word of mouth to further grow your business. I was fascinated by this Recce tool that you have in the first place, the virtual Recce. I believe it's 3D as well.
Yeah, so no, virtual recce, not 3D in the sense
Okay.
it's like it's beamed live. So what we do
Oh,
is
okay.
we have so by the whole thing that we have, uh, let's say cameramen onboarded across India. So and if someone wants to wants to do a location recce in Jharkhand, for example, so he can engage a local camera person, and there are devices that we provide. So he goes there and he beams live in HD quality. And
Okay.
so it is scheduled quite like this session is being scheduled. It is scheduled where the direction team and producer from their own, workspaces log on and look at it and direct him. So a recce typically happens where a camera person is saying,
And why not just a video? Why does it have to be live?
live in the sense, so you can direct him, show me
Okay,
from
okay.
here, what is the distance, how far is that place, what is the dimension of this place, where is the light coming from, and all those things. So usually a recce is conducted in a physical manner where a team of 4, 5, 6 people actually travel to a location, which is a huge cost. I mean, 4, 5 days
Yeah, true.
together, staying, both travel, boarding, lodging, and everything. All said, they see it for themselves. And then there's another technical recce. Now, technical recce we cannot replace by technology because there are a whole lot of technicalities involved in terms of that creative process. But the basic recce is something which can be, and which is what the positive the COVID has brought in, because people want to travel less. in these days. So if a facility like this is there, people are taking to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Now, one other area in films where there's a lot of scope for technology is animation, Anand Kumar. And just tell us, in your experience, how far has animation come in the country compared to 10 years ago? Because now we're seeing very different quality of animation films being churned out as well, especially if you look at the kind of mythological tales that have been put into animation now.
No, animation has come a very, very long way, and there is a more scope also. Of course, there is no doubt about it. And as you mentioned, all these religious, whatever dramas are created, and it's done so well, and it's the whole sentiments are captured very, very well. And rather, all the comics what we used to read in childhood can also be nicely converted, and it's all roaming around. There are projects, animated projects are also roaming around in this thing. In last a decade, more than that, it's been doing really, really well. But though I'm not too much into it, so I can't comment too much that what exactly is happening in this thing. But definitely, you can see the entire progress on whatever medium what we see right now.
Definitely. Benjamin,
Yeah.
tell us about your company right now is in an area where it is providing shoot locations, but I'm sure as you have gone through the years with your business, you must have looked at the other allied activities as well. So are you looking to expand in those areas, or are you just looking to leverage your business in the niche that you occupy now to be able to dominate that first and then perhaps look elsewhere?
Yeah, good question. I think locations itself has got so many problems around it, in it. There are a lot of solutions, technological solutions possible over there. Some of the points that Rajesh had mentioned, that the remote filming is one thing. VR is a very, very powerful and money-saving technology that can come up, wherein the filmmakers can actually get an immersive experience of a given location, right? The autonomous drones that we talk about, if a cameraman can't go on, maybe you can use your drones and get to a location and recce it remotely, along with VR. Then there's the concept, there's the idea of AR as well that can be used. For example, given a location, let's say Kashmir, we all know it's pretty snowy and beautiful and all that. But if I want to shoot during the summers, a particular location, how do I do that? Here's where AR can come into a play. So there's a lot of these solutions, future-looking solutions that are possible. We ourselves are investing into some of these. One of the immediate would be intelligent searches, right? Based on the visual, textual, or even oral instructions. So we're investing in that a lot. So that is the location part, which I said is a huge game in itself. So we're going to capture that, as you said, for a while, and then get into other resource management as well. Because we see a lot of gaps in not just the location, there's something known as line production, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, which helps execute a shoot on the ground, right?
Yes.
Execute a shoot. That is done in a very, very, I would say, manual and almost primitive manner, even till date, in India at least. So there's a lot of solutions over there, from planning to management to execution. So I'm so very keen, and I would sort of exhort Indians to create solutions out of there. What Mr. Anand was saying as well, right, earlier, the VFX, if you see a lot of movies, the Hollywood movies, if you see right at the end of the credits, it's mostly Indians doing that job, right?
Yes.
You see a lot of Indian companies. But what makes me think when I look at the credits is, great, we are doing that work, but again, we are being the back end of that work, right? Just like in the 80s, 90s, we were the back end of the software IT industry. We are becoming the back end of VFX. Instead, what we would love to see, and we would also invest in it, is actually creating innovations, creating products for India to use and for the world to use. I would love to see that.
Yes,
we
love to hear, and we love to see that happening on India Ideas as well. And in fact, I'd like to ask you about that as well, Rajesh, because you are a marketplace for all kinds of services, but I'm sure the thought must have crossed your mind and that of your co-founder that if we can put things together for others, we can certainly put things together for ourselves and churn out good content ourselves.
Um, that can be for the later, Gautam, but we are primarily all about content creation. We are in the,
I'm just about pushing your boundaries.
I know, no, but there are a whole lot of other things which are waiting to be addressed before we get into the creative process of creating a content. For example, what Benjamin rightly said, the whole filmmaking is a project in itself. And like
Yes.
any project, there is a project management approach possible, which is currently missing. So there is a requirement for a technology intervention there. And we are tied up with Whistling Woods International, the WWI Institute on that front, and they're becoming our knowledge partners to create a production tool for companies to use and streamline their production services, domain.
Okay.
So a whole lot of then on the other side, on the audition side. So for example, if Anandji announces a role in his film, there'll be hundreds of applications lined up, and he conducts auditions. So there will be, those audition self tapes come in for people, for casting director to review. Now each role, hundreds of people, so many videos coming in. How do you really see all those videos? 3 minutes, 2 minutes of those videos, 2,000. Who will sit and watch and evaluate how to select that person? So we are bringing AI into it,
Okay.
So there are certain parameters which are like basic hygiene, how confident the person is, how many times he's actually looking into the camera, how well he's, dressed to the audition role. So basic, and the clarity of voice, for example, whether he's speaking clearly what the script was, So those kinds of things, there is already technology in place. There are already AI libraries in place which cater to that. So it's all about, bringing that all together and then implementing it in the auditions front. And we give that as a service to the producers that, here you go, you upload all these audition videos that you get, and we will, benchmark and rate them on those parameters. Let's say above 70% you view, below 70% you don't even need to view. And then give a feedback to all those aspiring actors that these are the areas which you should improve upon.
Okay.
So improve those and resend those audition tapes. So
in how much time are you targeting, bringing this sort of a product out?
It will be a year or so.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Sounds great.
We've already tested one parameter, but yes, it will take time to mature in that manner of speaking.
Yeah, but it sounds great. It seems like this sort of a product can make the job of people like Anand Kumarji very, very simple. Yes. And, in terms of technology, Anand Kumar, it can do transformative things. It can really enhance the content of a particular script and film, but there is only so much that you can do with technology. At the end of the day, it has to be the content which is good. So do you feel that that is something, sometimes people make mistakes. They think that they can pack in a lot of technology into a particular film and then think that this is what will, carry it forth into the box office to record heights?
Well, filmmaking begins with writing. If we write well, we connect well. It's heart to heart. It is, you can do anything with the technology, but till the time we don't tell the right story, Gautam, we are not going anywhere, So you yourself have said it. Writing is the basic formula. From here we can take it, but definitely right now with the technologies on, you can beautify the shots, you can beautify the entire frame, but that doesn't, with all the, I don't want to take names of the film which bombed, but there are many films which that Shah Rukh's Ravan, if we look at it, it was such big thing, but it didn't on box office. It didn't do well. Fan didn't do well. It was a complete technology only, to every single shot. It was all this thing, but the writing is the basic element. And hearing all these things how Rajesh was explaining, all these things coming up, it's pretty feels good because these guys will take a lot of our mind a lot because half of the time we are just deleting the emails and the kind of photographs what you receive in the morning. Every single morning you have to do the same thing. So there is now a team of people who would do this thing, and maybe it will be organized better way. So Bollywood or Hindi film industry is progressing technology wise in every direction then.
Yes, and let's hope that this kind of change comes faster, because whatever can
I
make the
just
creative
add one
process.
small
Yes,
point here, Gautam. What
yes,
Anand spoke about script writing, story writing. This is another area where an AI ML can pitch in and play a role.
Yeah,
I,
it
being
can.
technologist, always keep thinking about technology interventions into these things. So, you feed in parameters into a story, this cast, this story, etc., and then let a engine churn and say probability prediction on a box office, for example.
okay,
How well it is written and will it click with the audience. So that requires a whole lot of data, past data, to be able to
yes,
churn that.
yes.
But I don't see that it is more than 3-4 years away where we will be able to bring out a tool, something on these lines.
Great. It'll be great if it comes out of India, because that's what we're all about. More power to our innovative entrepreneurs, and I see a lot of them coming up in the film industry as well. And let's hope that we have more transformation coming in, positive changes coming in the film industry because of that. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Gautam. It was
Thank you.
wonderful
Thank you.
talking.